what we're here to do today is to announce a multi-year partnership between the Louisville Bats and Whiskey Thief Distilling Company, two great downtown area businesses coming together to bring some of this experience that we're enjoying here today to Louisville Sawyer Field.
When the Bats organization reached out to us, I guess I first thought it might be a mistake. Because we're a little bitty craft distillery here, but when we met them, we realized that it was no mistake and it was a good fit. But before we did, Jeff, who's our COO, who helped really negotiate this whole deal and authored the whole thing you're getting ready to see, I wanted to make sure that we were working with a winning team. And so we did a little research. What I learned from that research was that as of right now, I don't know if you know this, as of right now, the Louisville Bats are tied for first in the league. They're undefeated. Every batter is batting 1,000, and every pitcher has a 0.00 ERA, and it's a winning team. So congratulations to the Bats. That's amazing. But seriously, when we first met Greg and Michelle and Brett and Vince and the whole team, and everybody else I'm not naming, I apologize, we knew right away it was going to be a great partnership. They were very open to ideas and brainstorming and considering interesting concepps and working quickly. We're doing this very quickly. I got a little nervous when I was reminded we got to have this open by opening day, but we're going to do it. And so it's been a great relationship. The other thing that occurred to me as I was kind of thinking about what I was going to say was that as we're celebrating the 250th anniversary of the United States, that bourbon and whiskey in the United States has this really long history. And it's really fitting that I think we're doing this. So, in fact, there was a book, one of my favorite books I read a long time ago called Men at Work by George Will. Talks about how the troops at Valley Forge actually played a game called base. That was a prototype of the game that we now have called baseball. And those very same troops of George Washington were also given whiskey by George Washington. In fact, they were included as part of their rations. And George Washington distilled a lot of that whiskey at Mount Vernon. In fact, our distiller, she's actually distilled on that very still at Mount Vernon at George Washington's distillery. So kind of a cool connection there. The other thing that George Will talks a lot about in the book is that baseball, like great whiskey, is a game of serious craft, right? That it's not just merely luck. It requires intense mental discipline, and like distilling and like whiskey, baseball balances sort of individual performance, batter versus pitcher, with intense teamwork. And I think the teamwork that's been brought together with the Bats and Whiskey Thief has been exceptional. So this partnership just made sense to us, and Whiskey Thief and Louisville Bats pairing Kentucky's signature spirit with America's favorite pastime just is a winner. Also now, I think it's official. I can put on my team hat. So I was waiting for that moment. So we're announcing the Stadium Club and the backstop, as they mentioned. So the Stadium Club, which is viewed over here, as you guys can see, branding that. We will be doing some special bottle releases that will only be available at Slugger Field, Louisville Slugger Field. But the real thing that I'm very excited is the backstop. So this is, as they mentioned, if you guys don't know, the backstop is the space behind home plate, behind the catcher. And so right behind the catcher, there's a hallway kind of that goes down underneath the stadium, which is very cool. And you go down in that hallway, and at the end of that hallway is kind of what you see here on this first deal. What will be replacing it is a very cool bourbon experience. We're calling Backdrop, a place you can taste bourbon. There'll be food there during games, cocktails, all sorts of things. Both areas will feature premium products from Whiskey Thief and the Whiskey Thief look and feel.
On behalf of the entire Bats organization, we can't really say how excited we are. It's just, we can't wait. We have 75 home games this year to show this place off.
This is really exciting, combining two things that our city absolutely loves, baseball and bourbon. I can't wait for opening day. It's going to be a big night for our city, and I'm excited to spend some time at the backstop during this upcoming baseball season. Congratulations.
Thank you guys for coming. Enjoy, have a little bourbon, hang out, have fun, and we hope to see you at the baseball stadium. So, thanks.